Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Allen, and I am an interviewer for the Veterans History Project for the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. Today is July the 29th, 2025, and this program is done through the Cincinnati-Hamilton County Public Library in Southwest Ohio under the guidance of Brian Powers. And we're fortunate today to have as our camera person Ken Siri, who has done several of these for us. And we have the privilege today of interviewing David Anthony Kemp at his home at 4081 Patterson Halpin, Halpin Road in Sydney, Ohio. So do you go by David, Dave, or Anthony, or what?
Dave.
Dave, let me thank you for doing this interview, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Before we get started, we'll talk about your background before we get to your military career. So tell us where and when you were born.
I was born in Sydney, Ohio on January 21st, 1947. And lived in Port Jefferson most of my life till I went in the service.
All right, let's talk about your mom and dad. What was your dad's name?
My dad's name was Ralph.
And how about your mother?
And Wilma.
What was your mom's maiden name?
Wagner.
W-E-I-D-N-E-R?
W-A-G-N-E-R.
Oh, Wagner, okay. All right. You have any idea when they got married?
February 14th, 1946.
Well, you got a good memory. What'd your dad do?
He was in the military also, in the Army, in World War II.
Okay, where did he serve?
And the European theater.
Good. So obviously he made it home safe and sound. Did he have any injuries or Purple Heart?
He had some feet injuries, but other than that was it.
Okay.
And he run a TV repair business, which I helped him every evening after school.
What was the name of his business?
It was just Kemp's TV.
And where was that in Sydney?
It was located in Port Jefferson, Ohio.
Okay. And how about your mom? Did she work after marriage?
Yes, well, she helped run the TV store, and also they had a post office in there. My dad is also a postmaster for a while, and she is a postmaster assistant.
Okay. And when are we talking about that? Were we talking about in the 50s or 60s or what?
Yes, I had to be around 62.
Okay. Had your dad gone to college before or after his service?
And no.
Was he inducted or did he volunteer?
He's inducted.
Okay. So he was over in Europe. Do you remember any countries that he was in?
France, mostly.
Okay. So you were born in 47, so the war had already started. How about, was your dad exempt from being in the Korean War?
He just served his time what he was drafted for.
Okay, and they just didn't need him in Korea?
No.
All right, how about brothers and sisters? Did you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother, Tom, that lives in Mississippi.
All right.
And he was in the Air Force for 14 years.
Oh, so how old is Tom?
He'd be 77 now.
77, so he was in Vietnam in the Air Force?
Yes. And I also have another brother that's younger yet that was in the Army. And we didn't know it till we got home, but all three of us were in Vietnam at the same time.
And how old is the other boy, Steve?
He is 76 now.
Okay.
There are
where's
certain times that almost a year apart, but
Where does Steve live?
he lives in Troy.
How about Tom? Did he have family?
Yes, he had a wife and 2 kids, and his wife passed away.
Sorry to hear that. His kids are grown and gone.
Yes.
How about Steve? He lives in Troy. How about, is he married?
Yes. And no kids.
Okay. What's Tom do down in Mississippi?
He's
he
retired now. He used to work in a factory, I think, Train, where they built large air conditioning units.
Okay. How about Steve?
Steve worked at Goodrich in Troy. So,
He retired from there.
yes.
How about schooling? You lived in Port Jefferson. Where'd you go to grade school?
I went grades through the 6th grade in Port Jefferson, and went to Sydney Junior High and Sydney High School.
Graduate from Sydney
Yes,
High.
yes.
So there are 2 schools in Sydney. One's public and one's Catholic. Did you go to
I
public
went
school?
public school.
Okay. So when did you graduate?
1966. Yeah.
So after you graduated from high school, did you join the military?
Yes.
Were you drafted or did you
No.
enlist?
I signed up for 4 years.
And you picked the Navy.
Yes.
Why'd you pick the Navy?
Well,
Dad had been in the Army.
yeah.
Your brothers were in the Army.
I was told if you wanted to eat good and didn't have to pound the ground, go in the Navy.
And did you find that to be true?
No.
Okay. When you went in, where did you sign up? In Sydney?
Yes.
And then where did they send you?
Great Lakes.
Up near Chicago?
Yes.
How long were you there?
I went November the 22nd, day before Thanksgiving. And I left about the middle of January.
How'd you get up to Great Lakes? Bus, train, plane?
I think we flew. Went over to Columbus and flew.
Okay. What kind of training did you get at Great Lakes?
Just the basic training and no really schooling, just how to survive in tear gas. And
that was, what, about 8 weeks?
yes.
Then what was your next assignment?
I was sent to a destroyer escort, the USS Lowe. This is DER 325. And I traveled, I believe, to Hong Kong and Yakutia, Japan, and the Philippines, and Guam, chasing it, trying to be there when it was there.
Okay. So from Great Lakes, where did you first go? Where was the school for the USS Lowe?
It wasn't any school, we just went on the ship.
Where was it located?
I finally got on it on Yakutia, Japan.
How'd you get to Japan? Fly?
Yes.
Was that a commercial flight or a military flight?
Most of them was commercial, getting first over there, and then military flights, different places.
Well, when you flew to Great Lakes, was that the first time you'd been on a plane?
Yes.
What was that, a propeller-driven plane or a jet?
A propeller.
And what kind of plane was it?
I don't even remember that.
How about the one going to Japan? You remember what that was?
That was a jet.
First time you'd ever been in a jet?
Yes.
What was that experience like?
It was nice. I really enjoyed it. It quiet and.
After you left Great Lakes and before you went to Japan, did you have any leave to come home?
Yes.
How long was that?
2 weeks.
How'd you get home from Chicago?
I flew
Where'd you fly into? Dayton?
to Dayton.
Let me ask you this. In high school, did you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
And so when you came home from Great Lakes, was she still your girlfriend?
No.
Did you have a new one?
No. Just
So your 2 weeks you spent with friends and family?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember about when it was you got to Japan? Was that in February, March?
Probably February of 67.
So you knew you were going to be in there for 4 years, but you figured that the food would be good. And how about the uniform? Did you like the uniforms that you had?
No.
Was it uncomfortable or what?
Well, I didn't wear a uniform too much because when I got on these, I was always on a small ship.
Okay.
And you worked, you just had a 7-day week job. Everything, certain equipment you had to take care of and watch over it. And so
what was your rating? What were you?
Engineman, 3rd class. So you mainly worked on whatever was broke down or checking it or repairing things.
Well, did you have any training for that up at Great Lakes?
No.
So was this on-the-job training?
Is what is what happened on the ship was I walked on it and they said they was waiting for me because I worked at Copeland Refrigeration in Sydney.
Oh, when did you do that?
From the time I got out of school till in 66 till November of 66 when I went into service.
Okay.
But anyway, they all the reefer units were down and they needed somebody to work on them, which was in that classification I had. And they said, here's the tools and here's some bucks. If you need help, call us.
So when you're talking about the reefer units, that's refrigeration?
Yes.
What had you done at Copeland to give you any experience with that?
Well, that's why I told them we just built them. I just knew what was inside them. They said, you know more than we do.
So what kind of a ship was the Lowe? Did you say destroyer escort?
It was destroyer escort radar ship, so it was pretty top heavy and pretty small.
How many crew did you have?
100.
What was your average day like on board the Lowe? What time did you get up?
It varied all the time. Sometimes you stand watch from 4 in the morning till 8, and then you'd work on your equipment you had and keep everything running.
So you had more jobs than just engineerman. You also were on watch duty?
I had to stand watch over an evaporator to make fresh water. So,
how'd you learn to operate that?
well, they showed us how to run it. It was mostly just keeping the water level at the right height in there, but which is hard to do because the ship kept rocking a lot.
So from Japan, were you all over the Pacific?
Yes, we went to Palau, which was an island south of Wake.
Palau, that was a big World War II site, wasn't it?
Yes, and there was still guns and planes laying around out in the fields and all rusted up, just layers of rust.
Well, did you get on shore from time to time?
Well, we went ashore there one time. We was the first ship that's been there since World War II. And we showed them a motion picture because them people never seen motion pictures before. They didn't have electricity over there. And it's supposed to be some kind of international relations, so we fed them steak and had beer. And
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you on shore?
just one day.
So you did all that in one day?
You know, they come in, set up one day, and showed them a movie on their pier, and
How the locals treat you?
real good. They had their own food there. They had like coconut wine and whale blubber is fried up like pork rinds and different foods like that.
Did any of them speak English?
No,
Did you have anybody with you that spoke their language?
no. You just point at things and try different food. And
So, so you say you saw planes on the ground that had been shot down,
yes,
and ships in the bay that had been damaged?
no, there wasn't. I didn't see any ships, but
Okay.
there was planes that were down and
And
Just-
gun emplacements?
you know, just guns laying out there, and it was just layers of rust on them. They're just
What kind of guns? Are we talking about? Any rifles? Or are we talking
yeah, it
about?
looked like 30 caliber, and they told us don't get off the paths because there might be mines out there yet. So
Well, this is more than 20 years after the end of the war.
yes,
And you guys were the first ship that had been to the island?
yes. And they had to be a small ship because it was way too big for their pier that they had.
So from Palau, where did you go?
Usually we'd go to Vietnam for 30 days and we'd search junks along the coastline.
How many times did you have that duty?
Well, being I had an Engineman classification, they had a motorized whaleboat and I'd have to ride in it to make sure the engine kept running.
Okay.
So, and one time it got real rough along the coast. And we come back and we was trying to tie up to the ship. They had a block and tackle. They dropped down and hoist us up. Well, the ship would go up while we were going down. So I was worried about the blocks hitting us in the head or whatever. And next thing I know, the ship come down on top of us and broke that whaleboat all to pieces.
Oh, wow.
It shot us out in the water. And
Do you have life jackets on?
yes. Well, and I was worried about one of the propellers hitting us. And after I got out away from that, why, I was worried about maybe a shark or something, so we had to crawl up on Jacob's ladders on the side of the ship just to get back up on there.
Wow. So that was a little scary. Is that the most exciting time you had while you were on the coast of Vietnam?
Probably not.
All right. What other excitement did you have on the coast?
Well, on the coast, that probably is most, but
Okay, I've got a map here that we looked at briefly. Ken, can you see that all right?
Let me adjust this.
Do you have a glare or anything?
No glare.
Okay, show him where you were down there in the bottom part of Vietnam.
mainly down south of Saigon and the rivers. And
Did you ever go upriver?
I don't know what the rivers' names were. It just,
Did you ever go upriver?
yes, a lot of times.
Well, what was your duty upriver?
Well, we had wasn't a PBR, is a Mike 6 boat. It's been converted and had a cover over it.
Okay.
And we had a 20 millimeter aircraft gun mounted on a turret and 50 calibers and 230 calibers. And there was 5 of us on it.
And how was the boat powered? Outboard, inboard?
No, it had two 671 Detroit diesels on it.
Okay.
And we'd go maybe 8 miles an hour.
And what was your task when you were going upriver in this gunboat?
Well, mainly the armor plate on it, they had concrete rerod welded about 6 inches out from the hull, just in case you hit a mine, which we hit a mine out there one time.
And what happened when you hit the mine?
The exhaust comes out below water level. So it blew one of the exhaust pipes off, and I had to get down in the engine room to try to get a belt on so it run the bilge pump with the engines running. So,
and were you successful?
Yes.
And how much water you were standing in when you're doing
Yeah, not much. About 6 inches. But you can't shut stuff down when you're in a gunfight, so.
So, was there a gun battle going on?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So, well, I usually shot the 20 millimeter, and I could cut down trees with it so you could see where they was at. So,
Tell me, how did this battle start? You're going upstream, and
well, the rivers over there is crooked. So what they'd try to do, they'd try to get one of us on one side and one on the other side, and they'd fire both directions at us to get us shooting at each other.
okay,
So you had to watch that real closely.
all right. So you're going upriver, and did they start shooting at you, or did you see them and start shooting
No,
first?
usually you couldn't see them because of all the growth.
Okay.
And they'd start shooting at you the only way you know they were there. So
you're shooting a 20 millimeter,
yes.
and what are the other guys doing?
One had a M79 grenade launcher and a 50 caliber, and they had two 30s. So, but the 30s wasn't in a turret or anything. You was out in the open on your own.
Okay.
So, and like I said, there's only 5 of us on there, so you can only man about three places.
Somebody's got to be
Somebody's
driving the boat.
Yep.
And somebody's got to be looking out for the obstacles in the river.
Yes. And
So how'd you end up with that gun battle? Did the boat continue on upriver? Or did you stop and continue to fight?
we continued on.
Anybody get hurt in that first encounter?
No,
Did you have any more encounters as you went upriver?
not that night. Usually about once a week, or a lot of times you go out and nothing happened. Maybe next week will.
Maybe next week you'd have something every night?
Well, maybe 1 or 2 nights in a row, and it might nothing again for another week.
So
You just go out on patrol and keep looking, and
so be over there for 30 days, and then have another assignment after that.
well, it's when we was along the coast, we go in for 30 days, and then we go to Hong Kong for 3 days.
And what was what was that involved? Was that R&R?
Well, just you got 2 days of liberty,
Okay.
and one day out of the 3 days, one day you stayed on the ship and worked, because there had to be somebody on there all the time anyway. And
Well, how big is the ship you were on? How long, and what was the
about
draft?
300 feet.
And what was your draft?
I imagine about 8 feet, 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Besides the armament you had on that, is that the same ship you went upriver on, or did you have a smaller?
No, that was a small. That was a Mike 6 boat.
Where did you get that to go upriver?
Yeah, that probably maybe a foot. A draft.
Well, where did you get that? Did you get that on shore?
Yes.
And were you assigned to a particular boat, or did you just take whichever one was available?
I assigned a particular one, and I got the number wrote down, but I forget.
Okay.
He had a weird number.
So how many times did you have assignments to go upriver on this smaller gunboat during the time you were in service?
We went just about every day
Okay.
for 6 months. So,
Now, during any of those ventures up the river, did you have more encounters with the Vietnamese?
now, like I said, it was about once a week, or
Did you have the same crew each time?
yes.
Did any of your crew buddies get injured?
No, never did.
Any other damage to the boat except the time you hit the mine?
Well, that basically it, just hitting the mine, and what did hit it, it was out away from the hull, so it didn't do much damage to anything. So,
Okay. Did you ever operate that boat?
no, I never did.
You were always a gunner?
Yes, well, a gunner, and I made sure the engines kept running. So, check the engines all the time.
Well, tell me if you ever had any training on shooting any of these weapons that were on board.
No, just you grab hold of them, go.
Were these missions mostly nighttime as opposed to daytime?
Yeah, it's always at nighttime.
What kind of lighting did you have on your ship?
There's no lights.
How'd you see where you were going?
I guess I could see a reflection on the water or something, but
Okay.
we had no lights, so you didn't want to be pointed out. So
Sure. Did you, were you over there when you had any typhoons or terrible weather?
well, the first time I went to sea out of Yokosuka, Japan, was in a typhoon.
And you're on the destroyer escort? How did that survive?
I was on that destroyer escort.
How'd that survive the typhoon?
It did, but not, I don't know how. Because it do about a 45-degree roll out there, and times you wonder if it's going to come back up.
Well, how'd you stay safe on board? Were you tied
wasn't-
down or you
He
holding
wasn't,
on?
nah, he wasn't allowed on deck. And you just hang on to everything, and the bunks we slept in had straps you put over you.
Uh-huh.
So,
So how high were the bunks? Did you have 2 or 3 stacked on each other?
there's 4.
4? Which one did you get?
I think it's about second from the bottom.
Did you get seasick during this typhoon?
The first time I went out, I was too sick to die. You had to get better first. But they serve a lot of lunch meat, and when it gets real rough like that, because you can't put plate on or food on a plate.
Right. So how long did that bad weather last?
About 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Other than that, was most of your sailing ventures pretty reasonable?
Yes, most of them were. There's a few that got rough out there, and some days it'd be like a sheet of glass. And so you just didn't know. From
Did you do any swimming over there?
one time they let us, we was out there in the middle of the ocean, and they let us go swimming to see what it's like, and it's a weird feeling when it's 5,000 feet deep. And
Was the island inhabited?
yeah, the islands were, but like I said, we was at Philippines and Guam and Japan and Hong Kong.
When you went swimming, were you on an island near an island?
No, we was out in the middle of the
Out in the
ocean.
middle of the ocean? Weren't you afraid of sharks?
Not then.
I tell you what, I would be. Golly.
It just bothered me that it was 5,000 feet deep, and I thought,
Well, were you a swimmer?
no, not that good.
Did you swim when you were a youngster in a city pool or in a river?
In the river,
What river?
Miami River.
Okay. Did you do any fishing into Miami?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
Out by Port Jefferson.
What kind of fish did you catch?
Usually bass and carp. And
So did you have buddies you went with, or did your dad go with you, or what?
yeah, just brothers mainly. And
Did you fish from the shore? Did you have a boat you went
Just
out in the
shore.
river?
Most of it you could walk across the river. So.
Yeah. When you're in Vietnam and you're not in one of these gunboats, where'd you spend your time on board your ship? Or
No.
you
No.
on shore?
I got stationed on an inland island.
And what accommodations did you have there?
We had just a hutch to sleep in it. They had a few beds in there, and we had barges down there we'd keep fuel in. And the Army would bring their tankers in, and we'd back them on a Mike 8 boat and take them out and refuel them, bring them back to them, and then they'd drive off with them. So,
Okay. Was that a daytime?
yes,
Sure.
that was mainly all of these days. And then you'd have somebody shoot at you every once in a while at nighttime.
But you're on an island, aren't you?
Well, it was an inland island. There's like a mountain between us and the ocean, and
So you got an inland island in the river, or just on the coastline?
it was on the coastline.
And you were close enough that the enemy could be firing at you from the shore?
Yeah, they had a little village close by, and every once in a while somebody'd start shooting out of it. So.
Well, when you
And they'd
were
shoot
shot
back.
at, did you shoot back?
Yep, and shot back.
What with?
Usually M16 or, yeah, that's all we had was M16s there.
Well, you say you had two cots in this structure. Was it below ground? Was it above ground? Sandbagged or what?
It was above ground, but
Do you have sandbags to protect you?
yeah, about 4 feet up on the sides.
Okay. How about any circulation? Because I imagine it was hotter than blazes over there.
No,
It wasn't hot.
it was hot.
Okay. Did you have screens or anything above the
He
sandbags?
had screens around the side.
Still hot.
You got any air? Hot air.
What kind of roof did you have?
He had a tin roof over it, and
Did you ever get attacked by mortars or other artillery?
not there we did, just on the river boats.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you were on this inland island, what kind of food did you get there?
Once in a while they cook for us, but most of the time you get sea rations.
So really, this isn't what you signed up for. to
No,
join the Navy.
no.
You thought you were going to be out in the ocean more. And here you are, fighting the enemy from a small boat going up and down the river.
Yeah. Well,
So did you ever get any wounds over there?
no, I never did. Lucky. No. So,
While you were there, did the USO ever come to a camp where you were?
no.
Did you write home or receive mail from home?
Yes.
How often did you write?
About once a month.
How often did mom or dad write?
Probably about the same, and we still have the letters.
Do you did you have an opportunity to make any phone calls home from
No.
from Vietnam?
No. Back then you couldn't call very much. If you did, you had to go through go someplace where they had it, and they go through ham radio operators. And
More bother than it was worth?
yes. Well, I really know I wasn't in Saigon or any big places where you could do any of that. It was always out in the sticks.
You're out in the boondocks.
Yep.
Well, we talked about the one firefight you had going up the river. Did you have any other significant firefights during the time you were there that you can talk about?
Like I said, we usually had about one a week.
But nobody got hurt on them.
No, nobody got. Well, we had, like I said, we had a turret for the gun mounts we were in, so you was pretty well protected on a lot of it. Yeah, most of their guns they were shooting at us with wasn't that big. But
how many companion boats went upriver with you?
usually 4 to 5.
Were you ever in the lead boat?
I have no idea. I just stayed on the 20 millimeter and made sure the engines kept running. And
Did you see any of the companion boats take any damage from fire or mortars or?
we've seen shells hit them now and then, where you see a spark fly off of them, or.
Good.
But most of the steel hulls and stuff, that the ammo that they used didn't penetrate it.
So your engines were diesel engines,
Yes.
and what was the mileage you could get out of one day's fuel?
Usually we're refueled every day.
Okay,
And I don't know how long they would have.
but you'd top off every day
Yes.
just to make sure you didn't run out.
Yes. Make sure you don't get water in the tanks that way.
What did you have any kind of camp entertainment? Did you just play cards, or what'd you do when you weren't on duty?
Well, we never played much cards, or really no entertainment there. We listened to radio now and then.
Do you have any beer or soft drinks?
Well, I don't know if I can say this or not, but we had to steal the beer off the Army.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. So the Army got the beer, and you guys helped yourself to it.
We'd have to meet a ship out on the ocean side, and they'd set pallets of beer and stuff on there. So on the way back in, we'd take a case or two out of the middle of it and restack it.
What brand was it?
Sam McGill. It's the only way we could get it.
Was there any way to keep it cold, or did you?
No, we have to drink it warm.
Oh boy. How about some guys that have been over there told me that they were kind of overwhelmed by the smell. But if you're on an inland island, did you have much of a smell?
No, now and then it would. The sauce that they'd make for the rice is what smelled so bad. It'd be rotten fish heads and what fermented off of it. They'd take that and use it for a sauce to put on the rice.
Oh. Well, tell me about your personal hygiene. You know, shaving, haircuts.
On the river boats, we had a hose hooked up to the engine because they use the river water to cool it. Well, that's what we took showers with.
Okay.
Is just the river water. So.
Well, how about shaving? And
Well, that's what we did. Use just river water to clean up and shave with, or
how about haircuts? Did you have a person that would cut your
Yeah,
hair
there'd
with
be
their
a-
VCs?
it'd be a person cut your hair back at the pier where you tied up. But you slept on that river boat. You had cots down inside, and we'd sleep on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you never really left the river boat.
Well, some guys told me that the Vietnamese were guys that would cut their hair, but some guys had military that cut their hair.
There's always military cut my hair, and
Mm-hmm. So you said you didn't have a standard uniform. What kind of work gear do you have when you're?
well, it's usually like blue jeans and a work shirt,
Okay.
because very seldom you just put your uniform on for inspection or anything. You just worked every day.
So did any of your crew buddies smoke and be warned not to smoke at night because the glare of the cigarette might give away your position?
Yeah, I remember a couple of them smoking, but I don't remember 'em ever telling them not to at night. But
Okay. So what'd you do over in the Philippines?
drink beer.
How long were you?
You go there for, like I said, you go in 3 days and you spend a day on the ship, and 2 days you go ashore.
All right. Where else did you go besides the Philippines? Did you go to Guam?
Yes, we went to Guam. We stationed out of Guam, so either we went there, we'd stay there for 30 days while they any big repairs that they have to get it done.
And what'd you do during that 30 days while somebody else was repairing your ship?
Well, you still had your own equipment to keep working on, and
Okay.
because they did have some air conditioning for like the radar room, and I'd have to keep that and make sure it kept running.
Spent a lot of time in the radar room and the air conditioning.
No.
So when you were in Guam, were you on board ship or were you on shore?
We was on the ship all the time
Okay.
because the island wasn't that big. And that's another thing, after we got that whaleboat, after it was sunk, our captain was, his name was Johnson, and he owned Johnson Outboard Motors in Florida. So he got us a speedboat somehow. They put a speedboat on our ship.
Uh-huh.
So we take it out of Guam and go water skiing once in a while.
So how'd you learn to water ski?
Just a bunch of us get out there and we'd try to hang on, and they'd take off.
You'd never done that before, had
No,
you?
sometimes you get up and and the biggest problem we had, everything was diesel fuel on there. You couldn't find gas anywhere to
run the
put in the
speedboat.
speedboat.
So what'd you do?
Well, they'd have to go uptown and get it. And they didn't store it on the ship anywhere. So.
Uh-huh. So would you guys all chip in and buy the gas?
Well, I don't know who paid for it. I don't know if they got a petty cash on there because they buy different things for the ship.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any interaction with any of the civilians on Guam?
No.
Now, you saw a lot of damaged airplanes and whatnot in Palau, but Guam was more active. Did you see any debris of war?
No, you didn't see in Guam.
Any other islands that you went to, you saw any evidence of World War II?
No, wasn't any of the others. All the others were. You just had to watch where you went when you went to Hong Kong. Any establishments that had hammer and sickle on it, you wasn't allowed to go in them. And
Now I think you also said you went to Taiwan.
yes,
And what'd you do there? Was that another 3-day R&R?
yes, but I think we did a lot of shopping there. I bought like a reel-to-reel tape deck over there, and Taiwan was really nice. It was about like being here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And all the other countries were dirt roads and garbage in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Was Taiwan about the nicest place you'd
it
been
was.
outside the States?
It's the nicest country I ever been in, that compared to here.
How about Hong Kong?
Hong Kong, it was crowded and nothing was fixed up real nice. Or
Were the streets pretty clean though?
yes,
Now you received some medals and citations, and you've got a box here. I'm gonna try to get on my lap. And if you'll, first of all, let Ken get this focused in. You see it?
I sure do.
Okay, you want to point out what each one of these things are and what you did to merit these?
like this is just a patch for the ship I was on.
You can use that to point.
USS Lowe
You can use that to point to things.
up here, and these just Vietnam medals. And dog tags in there, and belt buckle from the ship I was on. My picture when I first went in. So
No, you got
about all that's in there.
you got a Bronze Star or two, right?
I got 3 Bronze Stars
Okay, and what?
for 3 years of service in Vietnam.
3 years of service in
Yeah.
Vietnam. Was there any particular encounter that caused you to get Bronze Star, or was
No,
this just
no.
time of service?
Time of service.
Okay. So you got National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service with 3 Bronze Stars, Vietnam Campaign Medal, and Combat Action Ribbon.
Yeah, that one I don't have. I
Okay.
should have it, but I don't have it.
You don't have it in here.
No,
All right. Do you know what that was for?
just for being in gunfights and stuff.
Okay. So you spent 3 years over in Vietnam, and you were in there for 4 years. So what else did you do in the Navy?
Well, they wouldn't ship you. They wouldn't send you overseas if you was already overseas. So they sent me to Long Beach to get on a destroyer. I was on there 30 days and got orders to go back to Vietnam. So I did take some riverboat training.
But you'd already been on riverboats.
Now, before I went on a riverboat, I had to take training.
Oh.
And we also had to go through a survival school, which they sent us up to Washington State, and there's snow on the ground to learn how to survive in a jungle. So I didn't figure that one out, but made it through it.
So you had your riverboat training here in the States before you actually did riverboats
Yes.
over in Vietnam?
Yes.
Okay. How long was that riverboat training?
About 4 weeks of it. We'd take them out and ride around Vallejo, California, and they'd do different things to the engine to see if you could figure out what was wrong and
So
what to look for on them. And
were you successful in all those
yes,
kind of tests?
yes.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, let me ask you this. Did your brief experience at Copeland help you with any of this?
oh, probably. I'd say it did.
Mm-hmm.
So
When you left Copeland, was there any promise that you'd have your job when you got back?
yes, and it was a good thing because when I got out in '70, there was nobody hiring anywhere. So
Well, how did you know you were going to be discharged from Vietnam? Did an officer tell you, or was it a matter of just time served, or
I
what?
just knew when my time was up.
Uh-huh.
And I did get out a few months early because if you were in Vietnam and you didn't have so much time left, you could get out early. So I wasn't reassigned to any place, so
So when we talk about early, are we talking about weeks or months?
months.
How many
I got out
months?
in May and I wasn't supposed to get out till November.
Oh, so you got about six
6
months.
months.
Early?
Yeah.
How'd you find out that you were going to be getting out 6 months early? Some officer tell you, or a letter, or what?
Yeah, just guys talking about it, and
Talking about the opportunity?
if you didn't have like 8 or 12 months, they wouldn't reassign you to some place. So because the time I got out, I could have took a 30-day leave and then come back to where I was going. And the time I got there, why?
The time you got there, what?
The time be about my 4 years had been up anyway.
How about the other guys that had been your crewmates on the gunboat? Did any of them get out early?
One of them did. Most of them had time left and moved on to a new location, and I don't know where they ended up with. Because a lot of us, wasn't all of us, you don't all leave at the same time on a ship. There's just 1 or 2 leaves and somebody takes over, so it's not the full crew don't leave. It just.
So where did you leave Vietnam from? Where did you go from to come back to the States?
Da Nang.
How did you get back to the States? Airplane?
I flew from there to Guam.
Was that a commercial flight or military?
No, military. And then I got on a KC-135, which is a Air Force plane.
Was that a prop plane or a jet?
That was a jet. That was like the 747s, but they just had bladder tanks in them for fuel and carry cargo. And I got a hop from Guam back to a place called Bunker Hill, Indiana, which is an Air Force base or a small one. And we got out there and started hitchhiking.
Well, was that a commercial or military
That
flight?
was military.
How many guys were on that flight from Guam to Bunker Hill?
5. And 5 of us passengers, and I think 3 crew members on there.
Mm-hmm.
No seats to set in, just straps on the side.
Oh, really? Because it mostly was a cargo plane?
Yes, it was mainly for cargo, and they was taking all this to Vietnam, and they'd leave it off, and they'd come back empty. So,
Did your folks know when you were coming home?
not definitely for sure.
So what time of day did you land at Bunker Hill?
It was in the morning, probably about 10 o'clock in the morning.
So when you started hitchhiking to come home, were you in uniform or civilian clothes?
Well, we was told not to wear uniforms
Why?
because people spit on you, and I don't know if the news media kept things stirred up or who did, but the public was against us instead of who sent us.
So when you got to Bunker Hill, did you have civilian clothes to change into?
Yes.
So did you have trouble hitchhiking? Did you get a ride right away?
Get a ride pretty quick.
And where'd you come to? Come right to Sydney?
No, guy I was with, he lived up by Cleveland. And he got hold of his parents, and they was going to meet us at the state line. So I think we ended up over at Richmond, and they picked us up and they took me home and then took him on home.
Okay. So about what time of day did you get to your parents' home? Did you came to your parents'
I think
home?
it was the evening. It was probably 5 o'clock in the evening.
Imagine you were welcomed with open arms.
Yep. The bad part, you just didn't talk to nobody about it. So.
Did they ask you about it?
Not really, not much. But
They knew you didn't want to talk about it.
no.
How about your brothers? They were over there.
They've
Same
never
time you were. Did they get out the same time or before?
Tom, he got out quite a bit after I did. Like I said, he served like 14 years. And my brother Steve, he was drafted and only went in for 2 years, and I think he got out just before I did.
So was he home when you got home?
Yes.
Well, tell me what you did when you got home. Did you get back to Copeland?
Yes.
How soon did you go back?
In 2 weeks.
And what job did you get?
Well, I went into I started out in production on machining parts, and an opening come up for millwright and skilled trades, move machinery and set it and work on everything that was broke, and I had to take a test for that, passed it. Then I went to school for another 4 years for apprenticeship training.
While you were working, or is it?
Yes, I was always working.
What school did you go to?
Went to Sydney High School for evening classes. And 2 years after that, they opened up the joint vocational school in Piqua.
Yeah.
So we went down there the last 2 years. So that's when they first opened it. So you had to spend, I think every 1,000 hours on the job, you get a 5% pay raise, but you had to have like 8,000 hours in total and go to school 4 years. You go about 2 hours a night or a day, and sometimes I worked second shift, so I'd have to leave work, go to school and come back, go back to work the extra 2 hours so you get your 8 hours in.
So what kind of pay were you getting?
Very little.
Were you talking $2 an hour, $3 an hour, $5 an hour?
Yeah, I started out at $1.78. And I think in 71, I was up to like $4 an hour.
And after school?
I was going to school too,
But after that, what did you start making?
after school, I was up around 8.
Well, now, tell me about your girlfriends. Did you get a girlfriend when you got back to town?
Yes.
And what was her name?
Debbie.
And I think you're married now, aren't you?
Yes.
And what's your wife's name?
Sandy.
And when did you meet her?
Oh, I met her before I went in the service.
How'd you meet her?
As pizza place was just starting to open up. There wasn't many around, and I met her there. And I didn't really date her until after I got out of the service.
Well, you get out of the service in May of 70?
Yes.
And
Got married then, same date, May 17th, 71.
well, I've got down here you got married April 17th of 71.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That was a test and you flunked it.
Uh-oh.
So when did you really start getting together with Sandy and decide to, date her regularly?
I think when I first got out of the service.
Okay. But you hadn't written to her, had you?
Yeah, I'd write to her once in a while.
Did you? While you were in Vietnam?
Yes.
Okay. She write back?
Yes.
Okay. How'd your folks like Sandy?
They really liked her.
And how'd you like her folks?
They was real nice.
Where were her parents living?
They lived in Sydney also, and her dad was in the service too.
What was he in?
Army, wasn't he?
Was he in World War II?
Yes.
Where'd you get married?
In a town called Pasco. It's out east of Sydney.
Church?
Yes, that's where she went to church at.
Do you follow any particular religion now?
Yeah, we go to St. Paul's Church of Christ.
When you're in the
Sydney.
service?
In
When you're in
Sydney.
the service, did you go to service with a chaplain or anything?
No. I don't remember him ever having one, or
How about your folks? Did your folks belong to any particular church?
yes, they went to Church of Christ in Port Jefferson.
Did Sandy work at the time you got married?
Yes.
What was she doing?
Or check out at a grocery store.
Where?
She worked. I need help. Yeah, Dorsey's downtown Sydney.
Okay.
And I think she started there like 14.
So she was a good worker.
Yep.
Now, you started having children. You had two. One was Sherry? Sean?
Was the first one.
That S-H-O-N?
Yes.
When was Sean born?
March 17th, 72.
March of 72,
Yes.
okay. Where were you living at that time?
Yeah, next road over, Hardin Walk Road,
Sydney mailing address?
4942 Hardin Walk Road.
But it was a Sydney mailing address?
Yes.
After you had Sean, did Sandy continue to work?
I think she might have worked a week or two, and we decided it was costing more for her to go to work and it was to stay home. And
So that was a mutual agreement.
yes,
And you had another child, Adam?
Adam.
No, Sean's still living, but Adam is not.
Yeah, he passed away in
1970?
no,
I've got down here, he deceased April 25, 1970.
2007.
yeah, 2007 when he passed away.
Okay. So was he born April 25 of 1970? That wouldn't be right.
No, 75. Yeah, 75.
Okay.
Like,
What caused his death? You have a heart problem or cancer?
yeah, he was born with a congenital heart defect. So,
Shoot.
and at that, nowadays they could fix it, but back then we had to go to Mayo Clinic, and they'd done a couple experimental surgeries, and it helped. So,
But not permanently.
no.
How about Sean? Does he have family?
Yes, he has one daughter, and
Is he married?
he's in, no, not right now.
What's his daughter's name?
Kayla,
Kayla?
yes,
Spell that for me.
Kayla.
And where does Sean live?
He lives towards town on Mill Creek Road.
Sydney mailing address?
Yes.
What's he do?
He owns just part of his own business hauling gravel, and he also works for Spring Creek delivering concrete or,
So he's kind of in a trucking business.
yes.
And how about Kayla? Is she in school or out of the...
Well, she has 3 kids now, so we have 3 great grandkids.
Oh. Did Kayla work at all?
She used to. She worked different places, and now she's a stay-at-home mom. So,
How about Adam? Was he married at all?
yes.
What was his wife's name?
Tiffany.
What is it?
Tiff.
Tiffany?
Yeah, or Tiff.
Where did they live when he was still with us?
They lived over here at Houston on Stoker Road.
Is Tiffany still in the area?
Yes, and they had 3 girls.
Are they at home or are they grown and gone?
Well, one just finished college and working at Mima Valley Hospital.
Married. Just married.
And 2 are still going to college.
Where did they go to school? In the area?
Lessa went to
Kettering.
Kettering Medical Center. And the others, I think they've been to Wright State and
Rhodes.
Rhodes and
So did you retire from Copeland?
no.
Where'd you go after?
I left-
Well, how long did you work at Copeland after you got out of the military?
That's where I lucked out. My time counted in the service there. So I ended up with 13 years.
Okay.
So it must have been
So 9
9
more.
years I was actually.
Okay.
And then I went to the Lima Army tank plant.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Lima.
And I worked there 33 years.
What'd you do at the tank plant?
I was a millwright. I set machinery and repaired everything and operated heavy equipment, mobile cranes, or worked on their overhead cranes.
I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah, just repair everything, keep things going.
Where'd you live while you were working at Lima? Did you travel back and forth every day from home?
Yes.
Day shift, night shift, or some of both?
Everything. Every once in a while you get called in the middle of the night.
Because of a equipment problem?
Yeah, water broke down or if they needed you.
So were you salaried or an hourly?
I was maintenance foreman for 2 years. And I got back out of that and went back into the hourly.
So when you had to go in at night, what kind of rate did you get?
Well, it depends whether it was holiday or.
Oh, really?
You get third shift premium if you went in before 3 and.
So let's say what would day shift have been? 7 to 3 or?
When I first started there, it was 8 to 4, and then we went 7 to 3, and for a while it was 6 to 2:30.
Well, let's say you're on one of the day shifts, and you work your 8 hours, and they call you in the middle of the night because something broke down. Are you getting an overtime at that point, like time and a half or something?
Yes.
But nothing for the inconvenience of going in the middle of the night.
No. Well, the only thing you get, if you could get it done, say in an hour or two, you still got the 4 hours pay.
Oh, okay.
So
when they called you in to fix something, they would give you 4 hours, and if you were able to get it done in less than 4, you still got the 4 hours.
yes. A lot of times we'd try to leave and go eat somewhere and then come back.
Where was the tank plant? It wasn't going when I was in Lima.
It was on Buckeye Road, south side of Lima, by the refineries. And
That was a Ohio refinery back in the day.
yes.
How about Sandy? Did she work at all after you got married
Well,
and started having kids?
not until after the kids started high school. She worked at the high school over here. So,
Doing what?
well, her main job was typing things out in Braille, and she went all the way through school with a blind girl to.
Oh. Where did she learn that?
As she went.
Wow. How long did she do that at the high school?
About 28 years.
Wow. She retired from there?
Yes.
So what do you guys do now for entertainment? Do you travel? Do you entertain the grandkids? Or what do you mainly do?
We try to travel. But the thing it was, I was around in Vietnam. They'd spray the foliage over there and stuff.
Oh, did you get Agent Orange?
I got Agent Orange real bad.
Oh, man.
And ended up multiple myeloma. But I think they got it under control now, I think.
What's your percent of disability?
100. I won't be under control, but I was going every month for different treatments.
Where? Down at Dayton, VA?
I go to OSU.
Okay.
And I also go to Troy for the treatment instead of driving all the way to Columbus. So
And the VA pays for that, I hope.
No, the Medicare does.
Okay.
I have no problems with them so far. They've done well on it. So.
All right. So when you're on these river boats and you're going up and down the river, you said that these guys are shooting at you from the shoreline and you can't see them. Were you in areas where they had sprayed Agent Orange, or were you subjected to Agent Orange while it was being sprayed?
Yeah. Well, we watched them spray it, and also we took showers right out of the river water, and we knew had to run into river water. So, but we never give it a thought then. And
yeah. Well, since you got this multiple myeloma, and you don't, when's the last time you were able to do any traveling?
Oh, about 3 years ago. And I think we might be getting back where we can maybe go again.
That'd be good. Where'd you go?
Well, we went to Alaska and went to Hawaii. And
okay.
And we'd like to take off and go to Branson again here this fall. And
Branson, Missouri?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she wanted to go to Pigeon Forge here pretty soon. And also I'm into antique cars.
Do you have one?
Well, we got a 62 Super Sport convertible and a 63 Impala hardtop.
That's a Chevy Super Sport?
Yes.
62?
Yes.
I had one of those. Now wait a minute. It wasn't. I was out of law school in '65, so I bought one new then. I love that little car.
So
Where do you keep them? Here at the house?
yes. So we go to some shows, and Culver's in here at a restaurant. They have a car show every Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. I usually go in there for a couple hours, and there's a gang of people we hang out with and go out and eat with every Friday night. All of them have cars. And I'm starting to work on another one, 1934 Plymouth.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you take your cars to the shows?
Yes, but not a lot of them.
All right.
I can't sit 7, 8, 9 hours at the show. 2 or 3 hours is my limit.
Now, going to Pigeon Forge in Branson, are you a music person? You like?
Yeah, we like the shows. And
what kind of music do you like?
mostly country and western and the old music, the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, is there anything I haven't asked you about that you think that some relative 50 years down the road might want to know about you? Well, let me ask you this: when you were in high school, did you play any sports?
No. No.
Did you work in high school anywhere?
Yes.
Where'd you work?
Well, like I said, my dad run a TV business, and back then he didn't have cable TV. Everybody had antenna towers and antennas. And I think I put up every antenna tower in Jackson Center, dug a hole for it. And
Did you have to climb up the towers?
sometimes, most time he would, but
Oh man,
'cause I wasn't very old then. And
I don't like a ladder. I would never climb up one of those TV towers.
my grandfather, he was a blacksmith. So they had the Peerless bread machinery company here in Sydney. They'd have us bend, it's like 1-inch steel thick plates by 6 inches wide. We had to get them red hot and put them in rollers, and I'd do that about every Saturday.
When did you start doing that? What age?
I was about 12 years old.
Oh wow! You've always been a worker, except when Uncle Sam got you. And then you were a worker then.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of interrupted. Is there anything that that's interesting about your grandfather? You have any other tidbits like that?
Don't believe.
Where was your grandfather from?
I think he's from a town called Monterey originally, and most of the time he's in Port Jefferson.
Okay. Well, our trusty cameraman, Ken, I know he's got some questions for you.
Okay.
So fire away, Ken.
All right. Excuse me. I was curious.
Speak loud enough where we can hear you.
I can hear.
I'm curious, did you have any memorable Christmases over there in Vietnam? Is something that stands out?
No. Christmas like another day over there. I think we got a better meal. Usually they fix a good meal somewhere, but and the same way on a ship, we'd have like turkey at Thanksgiving and.
Okay. Do you belong to the VFW here in Sydney?
Yes, and the Legion.
I suspect about 15 years ago, Paul Tibbets was speaking at the VFW. About that time, I received a book signed by him. Did you happen to go there that night?
I remember the name. I might have. I probably did, because I go to a lot of them.
He was the one who flew Enola Gay over Hiroshima in World War II.
Okay.
And I have a brother who was a brother-in-law who was in Vietnam, and he lived up there outside of Fort Jefferson. John Ventura, does that ring?
Yeah.
You knew John?
I've heard the name a lot, but.
Okay.
So.
Well, good. I was curious. And I'll ask Sandy.
Sandy, you got any little tidbits? No, okay. Nothing you want to add?
Just a quick question. The blind girl at Sydney, was her name Jackie Stewart?
No, it was Christina
Stewart?
Young.
Her sister, both girls, I believe, were blind.
No, I don't know them. But this girl was from Houston,
Okay.
and I translated and braille for her.
Very noble.
Well, when you came back from Vietnam, you have your civilian clothes on. Other guys that you came back with also have civilian clothes on?
Yes.
All right. Well, let me thank you for this interview.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.